They say your habits make you who you are. And honestly, that's 100% true. Every morning, you get a choice. You can keep hitting snooze, scrolling through your phone, and letting the day run you. Or you can do one simple habit that flips everything. One habit that can wake up your brain, sharpen your focus, and give you energy you didn't know you had. One habit that makes you feel like you're actually driving your life instead of being dragged behind it. The people who seem calm, productive, and unstoppable, they didn't get that way by luck. They built it, one small habit at a time. Today, I'm going to show you the one morning habit that changed my life, and it can change yours too. Think about your mornings for a second. Do you wake up knowing exactly what to do first, or do you spend the first hour confused, trying to catch up and already feeling behind? Can you say your mornings give you control over your day, or are you starting out on the back foot? Here's the truth most people refuse to admit. Your habits will build your future or quietly destroy it. There's no middle ground, and if your default habit is to start the morning with no plan, no structure, no intention, no clear direction, then it's no surprise that the rest of your day follows the same pattern. A scattered morning naturally produces a scattered life. Think about how it usually goes. You roll out of bed, check your phone, scroll for a while, rush into the bathroom, throw on whatever clothes are closest, and dash out the door like a firefighter responding to an emergency. Before it's even 9 a.m., you're already reacting instead of leading. And once the day starts controlling you, reclaiming it becomes almost impossible. That is why you get to work and suddenly realize that the document you were supposed to submit is still sitting comfortably on your center table at home. That's why deadlines creep up on you. That's why the day feels full, but not productive. Busy, but not effective. The dangerous part is that it all feels normal. You may even think your day went well. You ticked some things off, replied to messages, attended a few meetings, and generally kept things moving. But deep down, you know you're not operating at the level you could be. You know you were leaving hours unused. The real question isn't whether the day went well. The real question is whether you maximize the 24 hours you were given. Most people don't. It's not because they lack potential, but because their habits sabotage them before they begin. A day without a plan becomes a day spent on autopilot, doing what is urgent instead of what's important, responding instead of building, surviving instead of advancing. If your morning is disorganized, your results will be disorganized. If your habits are chaotic, your progress will be chaotic. And if you start every day without intention, the day will always take you wherever it wants, never where you want to go. This is why a simple, consistent morning plan is not just a luxury. It's the difference between living deliberately and drifting through life. Their mornings and their lives are structured, and it changes everything. Let me ask you the hard questions. When was the last time you started your day on your own terms? Not reacting to messages, not rushing out of the house, not trying to remember what you forgot, but actually beginning the day with clarity. Do you ever stop to ask yourself, what exactly am I trying to accomplish today? Or are you just hoping the day magically organizes itself for you? If the truth is that you're constantly scrambling, constantly adjusting, constantly trying to catch your balance, then maybe the problem isn't the day or the number of hours in the day. Maybe it's the way the day begins. A shaky morning is like building a house on sand. Everything feels fine until the pressure hits. Suddenly, the whole structure is wobbling. And that's exactly how most people live. One tiny push from life, and the entire day collapses. Look at it this way. When you start your morning in confusion, the rest of the day becomes a reaction marathon. Your mind never fully settles. You're thinking of one thing while doing another. You're trying to remember deadlines while also trying to remember if you locked the door. And even when things seem calm, you're still internally rushing, still trying to catch a rhythm that never really started in the first place. This is why small problems feel bigger than they are. A little delay feels like a crisis. A simple task drains your energy. Even good opportunities feel overwhelming because your mind is already stretched thin. You're moving, yes. You're working, yes. But you're not grounded. You're not centered. You're not in control. And here's the part most people don't notice. When your morning lacks structure, your decisions throughout the day become weaker. You say yes to things you shouldn't. You postpone things you shouldn't. You waste time without realizing it. Not because you're incapable, but because your mind never had the space to stabilize. A chaotic morning steals your clarity, and without clarity, you're just doing things. You're not progressing, not building, not advancing. And sooner or later, you start to feel it. That quiet frustration of knowing you could do more if only your day didn't start in pieces. But it doesn't have to stay this way, because everything changes when you begin the day with intention. Everything shifts when you wake up with a plan instead of a panic. And that's where the power of a simple morning routine comes in. It doesn't have to be something complicated or dramatic, but a set of small habits that give you structure, direction, and control before the world starts demanding anything from you. Imagine waking up and knowing exactly how your day will begin. No rush, no confusion, no chaos, just clarity. What would your life look like if your mornings finally worked for you instead of against you? Here's the part most people get wrong about morning routines. They think there's only one correct way to do it. Wake up at this exact time. Drink this exact smoothie. Meditate for this exact number of minutes, as if life is a checklist someone else designed. But the truth is far simpler, and it's far more freeing. Your morning routine doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It doesn't have to match what influencers do, or what your favorite speaker swears by. You don't need 10 steps, 7 steps, or a military-style ritual. You need a rhythm that fits you, a routine that supports your goals, your responsibilities, your schedule, your lifestyle. Some people wake up early. Some don't. Some pray. Some journal. Some stretch. Some take long showers. It's not about copying someone else's habit stack. It's about choosing the habits that genuinely make your morning feel clear, steady, and intentional. Because once you build a morning routine that works for your life, not a stranger's life, everything becomes easier. You stop rushing. You stop reacting. You stop scrambling. Your mornings start giving you stability instead of stress, and your day starts building itself on that stability. And now that you understand that your routine should be customized, let's talk about the simple things you can add that will make the biggest difference. Yeah, what exactly should you do in the morning to take control of your day and start building the life you want? The answer is simpler and more powerful than you think. The first step in creating a morning routine that actually works is prayer or some form of mental alignment. This doesn't have to be religious, but it should be a moment where you connect with yourself and set your intentions for the day. Spending 5 to 10 minutes in quiet reflection, gratitude, or meditation primes your mind. It's like tuning an instrument before a concert. Without that alignment, your mind is more likely to react to chaos instead of leading your actions. Next, hydrate. When we sleep, our bodies lose water through breathing and sweating. Starting your day with a glass of water isn't just about health. It's about giving your body energy and clarity. Proper hydration wakes up your system, helps your brain function, and signals to your body that it's time to move, focus, and act. Skipping this step keeps you sluggish and makes everything else harder. After that, take care of your skin. A simple skincare routine does more than improve appearance. It's a small but powerful act of self-respect. By committing to even a few minutes of care, you're telling yourself that your body, your mind, and your well-being matter. It's a tangible, daily reminder that you are worth attention and effort. Then, move your body. Exercise doesn't have to be extreme, but it should be consistent. Whether it's push-ups, stretching, a walk, or strength training, moving in the morning shifts your mindset. Motion creates emotion. Blood flows, your brain wakes up, and you step into the day with energy, confidence, and a sense of agency. You've already accomplished something difficult before the world even wakes up, and that momentum carries through the rest of your day. Finally, meditate or engage in focused reading. Spending time with a book or simply meditating gives your mind direction. You are intentionally filling your mental space with clarity and growth, rather than reacting to random distractions. This step solidifies your morning routine, turning it from a set of habits into a framework that supports focus, resilience, and progress. When you combine these steps, you would have created a morning routine that builds control and energy, setting you up to lead your day instead of being dragged through it. This is the foundation that high performers rely on, and it's accessible to anyone willing to commit to a few intentional actions each morning. Even with all the knowledge, all the tips, all the examples, nothing changes if you don't start. Tomorrow morning, you have a choice. You either stick to autopilot and let the day control you, or take charge, commit to a routine, and build the kind of day and the kind of life you actually want. The difference is simple. It all starts with the habit you choose to own.